Hey guys, I want to give a review of my Smittybilt Overlander tent after a year and a half of ownership. This tent has been outside 100% of its life. I do live in Florida, so it's always been out in the Florida sun as there's no shade in my driveway where I park my Jeep. For a full year, this was on top of my Jeep on a roof rack. So every day it was in the wind, on the interstate, driving around town, of course the Florida sun. So I'm going to go over pretty detailed of everything about this tent and all the little flaws and things I would change about it. The first thing that stands out about this tent is the stitching that goes all the way around and over on both sides faded. As you can see, it's like a gray purple color. That happened right away. But don't be concerned. I do believe they have changed the cover on the new tents, so if you're still ordering one or you want to order one, they don't look like this. They're redesigned. If Bobby shows up soon, he's got a newer model, and I'll show you the difference between mine and his. Anyway, as you can see, all the way around it's faded. There's two Velcro straps on the outside. This strap right here isn't very sticky, and I'd say probably more than half, 60% of the time, going down the road, it does come undone, which causes this to flap against the side of the Jeep. It's kind of annoying. Like I said, sometimes it does. Sometimes I can get it to stick, sometimes it doesn't. So if there's something I would change about the top, it would definitely be don't use Velcro, some kind of little mini ratchet strap or a pull strap or something. This Velcro right here, very good. On the opposite side of the tent, you have these. These kind of just pull the slack out of the tent. This Velcro is held up nice. You can see the color difference right here from where it was faded and where it came from the factory. This side over here, the same, Velcro held up nice. It pulls it nice and tight. Going around the bottom on all four sides is a very wide piece of Velcro. Works nice. I would say this Velcro, I would rate it at 10 out of 10 after a year and a half. Nothing's happened with it. It's still as strong the day it came. The only thing that's annoying is some tents have zippers, whereas this Smittybilt tent has Velcro. I've pulled into camp at like 1 o'clock in the morning before, and very slowly had to take the cover off, and it's just like, it was like torture. I was trying to be quiet, but I'm sure it was pretty annoying. That's really the only downside, I think, of the Velcro. It's held up nice, but other than just being loud if you're trying to take it off at nighttime, that's the only thing I can see. Like I said, this tent has been on top of my Jeep its whole life, and it's been outside its whole life. And going through trees and thick brush, there are some scrapes. I don't think there's any holes. We'll take the cover off and look, but I don't think any of those penetrated the top. There's just little scrapes and stuff. Same on this side. There's a couple little scrapes, but nothing's gone through. On each end of the tent, there's two Velcro straps. These ones have held up perfectly. Nothing wrong with those ones. Still hold. Alright, the tent's flipped out right now. I did have to drill holes to make my ladder so the tent was even, otherwise the ladder would just keep going up and down, so now it's nice and sturdy. It's really easy. You just take a permanent marker, mark where you want to drill the holes, drill them with the drill, and then the little pins slide in, lock it in place. The ladder's pretty slippery. It does have these little grooves on the rungs of the ladder, but like I said, the dew in the morning or just rain, it's pretty slippery even if you have shoes on. This is a shoe bag that comes with the tent. It just hangs right here, little Velcro straps. There is a lot of Velcro on this tent, but I have to say, it is held up. Alright, if you flip this up on the part that folds out, you'll notice there's a zipper. If this tent is high enough on your trailer or on a vehicle, you can buy an Annex. It's just an extra little room, it's waterproof, it has a floor and everything in it. I didn't really care about that, it's just me, I don't need all this extra room. It is an option though if you want to put it on there. I never used one, so I can't really give you a review about it. Before I put the awnings up, I just want to show you there is no wear and tear on these eye holes. The metal rods go in there and it holds it up, and there's no stretching, no ripping, no anything. So as you can tell, it's reinforced. It's pretty thick in those areas, so there shouldn't be anything wrong with it anyway. There's no tension, I should say. So all those are good. That held up nice. There's no rips in the rainfly or anything. I haven't had any issues with the zippers. They all move nice and freely. I haven't had one, sometimes you get a zipper where it catches sometimes and it gets off a tooth and then you got to rip it back. I haven't had any problems with this. Very impressed with the zippers, really easy to use. The only thing that I would change about the rainfly, if they redesign the tent or maybe they've already fixed it, is this rainfly is pretty loose. I was in a rainstorm about a year ago and the water kept pooling up right here, and every 10 minutes or so I'd have to open up the window, lean out, and push all the water off. Now, was I afraid that the tent was going to collapse on top of me? No, it's pretty sturdy. It's not. It's going to get to a certain point where it pulls up enough and then it just dumps itself. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I don't really know. But the only problem I would see is if it rained during the night or there's a heavy dew, you get out of the tent to use the restroom or, you know, just get up for the day, and all the weight comes to the side and it just dumps on your back. That would probably be the only bad thing about that situation. It is a great tent. You could definitely fit 2 size adults in here and a couple backpacks. There's a lot of little pockets for your phones. It does come with a USB cable and a little outlet so you can charge cameras, phones, you know, whatever you want. It does have 2 skylights that open up. You can take the rainfly off and then you can look directly at the stars. That comes, you know, just stock with this tent. A lot of tents you have to pay more to have the skylights put in, so that's another feature. I, for one, have never used it because in Florida we always have pretty heavy dews, so I usually keep the rainfly on just to stay dry. When I first got this tent, I thought this mattress was super comfortable. It's not so much after the second or third time. It just goes really flat. So you can put something on top. Usually I put a blanket down, a sleeping bag, and then I lay on top of the sleeping bag and cover up with a blanket. That way there's plenty of padding in there. Or you could just buy another mattress this thick, or a piece of memory foam or something like that, and it'd be pretty comfortable. It's got a lot of potential, but just this by itself, you might as well just be sleeping on the metal underneath. But like I said, it's been a great tent. You can't beat it for the money. There's only a few things that I would change. That would be the rainfly and some parts about the cover, the 2 Velcro straps that go across, and then the stitching on the outside, how it faded so easy. Other than that, no complaints. I'd recommend this tent to anybody. Now that they've been out for a year and a half, you should be able to see used ones probably in the $500, $400 range. They're about $900 brand new, and if you go to 4-wheel parts, if you're lucky, you can catch them on sale, or they'll give you a discount and you can get them for $600 new. That's not including shipping. Shipping is $80 for the freight of the tent. If you guys have any questions, I answer every comment in the video, so just go ahead, leave a comment on the video. I'll get back to you real quick. Go ahead and share this. I know there's a lot of people interested in this tent. A lot of people have been asking me to make this video, so I just want to give you a review of this tent used and abused. So go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.